If you don't eat your food when it's hot right away, it's like a disgrace. When Dan pays the dowry, are you gonna give him baby number 2?
Life is so good. You just have to breathe it with the open lungs.
Dan, please, let's keep it appropriate.
You guys need to help me convince her
You can't
that we are ready for one more.
Not him asking about other women while we're still married. The stinkier the better. Is that weird? Sometimes people can be really weird with couples online, especially like interracial couples, and I'm like, I'm not here for the fetishizing. Big Daddy, you so pretty, so pretty.
Yeah.
Welcome to today's video. I got my boy, my baby daddy, my lover, my boo thing, my friend, the man that is fine, that I call my Dan, no middle name, Blue Nova. Are you okay?
Am I okay? If this is okay.
He got a little too excited about the intro. We are doing an updated Q&A while we cook. One, because we need to eat lunch and Mama's hungry. I feel like we haven't done a Q&A in a very long time. I feel like our life, the vibe, things are kind of different. So we want to catch up with you guys.
He loved my body before, but I feel like he loves my body now because I feel like there's...
I don't know how to explain it.
There's more for you to grab.
We're making a tuna pasta that I made once while I was a little crunk off some Sauvignon Blanc as I was listening to Tina Turner. You know the vibes. And it was really good. I loved it. Dan loved it. I have some ingredients. We got some parsley that's been in the fridge for a little too long. We've got some garlic because we put garlic in everything. I don't care what it is, where it is, how it is, why it is. We put garlic in everything. And then we have some cream cheese. Damn, that's heavy. Red onion, regular cheese. That's what I said, girl. And then we have crushed red pepper. We have salt. We have oregano. You like that a little? We have oregano.
It's oregano.
Just because you pronounce something with an accent doesn't mean it is. Hello? He might be right though. Paprika? How do you say paprika?
Paprika.
Black pepper. And we're gonna cook with olive oil. And then we have tuna. So while we're cooking, we're gonna be answering some questions that y'all had for us. Who apologizes first when you guys fight?
I believe it's me. Most of the cases.
You believe it's you? Do you know that there are some kids who actually believe in Santa Claus as well? I will say you're very good about apologizing immediately. Sometimes I need like a minute. I need like a moment because like I'm a lot more outwardly emotional than Dan is. I need a minute. Like just give me a minute, and sometimes that minute is like a day. But I will say that you're quick to apologize. Like you want to rectify the situation immediately. So I'll give you that. What's a smile for? What's a smile for? What's one thing your partner does that makes you think this is so them? Like what's something that's like, that's so Slim? Like Slim would do something like that.
When you drop something, you could be on the floor for days until Dan picks it up.
You were really holding on to that one. I can see it. I can feel it in your chest. I was thinking we were gonna do like a cute, fun little memory, but apparently homeboy has some things that he needed to get off his chest. Interessant. Something that Dan does that is so him, like Dan is so dad coded. He's like Phil Dunphy, but not as like smiley. It's like the other day when you went to the store, he came back home and he was like, oh, I want to show you the shirts that I got. And I said, okay, cute, let's do a little fashion show. He tried them on and he goes, oh man, like why are they so small? I got a size large. And I was just like, well, did you try them on in the store? And he goes, no, I was too lazy. First mistake. And so he's trying them on and I'm just like, you're not like you haven't grown that much in the last 3 months. Like I'm so confused as to why it doesn't fit. He returns to the store and he's like, okay, let me try an extra large. He tries an extra large, but it was like wide here and cropped. And he's like, what is going on? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And he looks up and he sees 2 mannequins wearing the same style shirt. but it was like a different cut. This man then realized that he bought a woman's large instead of a man's large. And then when he came home and told me, I was like, that's very you-coded. Like, that is something that would only happen to you. What is your biggest shared dream as a couple? What is our biggest shared dream?
Shared dream.
Yeah.
Now you go first.
I feel like one of the things that we really talked about is making sure that, you know, our family of origin is good. So like retiring our families, making sure that they are financially good, safe, things like that.
I mean, the most important is about raising Irina, putting her on the right path.
How much garlic are you cutting?
A lot. Successful family of 4.
Shared dream. You're the only one who has that dream. Dan is trying to trap me, and like, this man needs to stop.
You guys need to help me convince her
You can't.
that we are ready for one more.
You don't need to convince someone to have a baby. Oh my God! Please release me from the shackles of your insanity.
Look, if a lot of people get on my side, social media, you start reading those comments. Yes, Slim, yes, Slim, yes, another baby,
when
yes,
have I
one more,
ever been pressured by the likes of
You know,
social media? Have you met?
You can have some
met
impact on your thoughts.
On my thoughts. Don't let him do that to y'all either. Don't let him do that to y'all either. Like, listen, I love y'all. But I'ma do what I want to do. And then he just tried to shoulder check me. Hello? Did you struggle with language barriers at the start? Any funny misunderstandings?
We are still struggling. But now Slim's speaking Serbian. So that's where we are struggling now.
Oh, well, because like you guys in Serbia have like so many metaphors and isms. And I'm just like, how do y'all come up with some of the sayings? And like some of the sayings I get, but like some of them I'm just like, who cooked this up? We did struggle with language barriers. I remember in the beginning, because I wasn't used to your accent yet. This was after we got married and we were talking about like honeymooning in Florida. Dan had never been to Florida. I had never been to Florida. And so we were working together at this time, and he was behind like a closed off wall talking to one of our coworkers. And like, when I tell you, Dan's accent was like so thick, and all I heard was, how are the beaches in Florida? And mind you, they couldn't see me, but I could hear them. Like I could hear them. And so our coworker was like, the beaches? And he was like, yeah, the beaches. Our coworker is very confused because he's like, what do you mean the beaches? And he was like, the beaches, you know, the beaches in Florida. So our friend was like, oh, the beaches. And if you understand, like, beaches sounds like another word that sometimes guys use for females, like female dog. I'm trying to keep it very family friendly here. So that's what it sounded like. And so he, like, our coworker goes on to explain, okay, so the beaches are, you know, they're very attractive. And Dan's like, huh? He was like, no, the beach is for swimming, Y'all, when I tell you, I was like, what in the Matrix is going on? Because I was like, not him asking about other women while we're still married. Turns out he was just asking for the beaches to,
so I remember when I asked first time, I was like, something is wrong in this, how it sounds like. But then how do you say in plural, like a beach? Like how you say in plural beach, that doesn't sound like the other way. And I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know.
Or maybe something was right and he just didn't want to. Laughing a little too hard for my liking. Have Dan and you discussed retiring in one of your native countries? So for those of you who don't know, I'm from Tanzania and Dan is from Serbia. And we have talked about retiring outside of the US when we get older. Right now, we live in the US. I have my family here. Definitely in the future, we will retire outside of the US. I would like to retire in Tanzania. I feel like you would like, first of all, it's closer to Serbia, right? We retire in Tanzania by the beach, you know, maybe a little Zanzibar action, or we could retire in Interracial.
I wouldn't complain.
We would have our chickens in the back, fresh eggs, We would have fresh fruit, you know, we could like live. I feel like you would really like it. Like when we go back home, you would love it. I feel like in terms of Serbia, I honestly don't mind retiring in Serbia, maybe having like a cute little apartment in like Avila. So it's like not near the city, but like it's not too far.
Yeah, no, inside of the city, no, it has to be outside of the city.
I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit of olive oil on here, and then I'm gonna put it to medium to like low heat and let that simmer for a little bit.
What's your favorite thing to see or do in Serbia? And the same question for Tanzania. My favorite thing to see in Serbia is, because we are going there often, maybe every 6 months, sometimes a year. So I like to see what has changed in my neighborhood. And I mean, the place I grew up. I don't care about the center of the city or to be honest, anything in the city. Just the neighborhood and the village. A village that my grandparents grew up on, Tanzania. I'm still waiting for my wife to take me to Tanzania. It's been 5 years, 6 years, maybe 7. But I'm a patient guy, so I can wait.
Guys, I don't even know how to say this, but we've been trying to go back home, but it's just hard because I didn't grow up there, so I need family to show us around, but it's just been really hard because we're trying to coordinate a group trip. And it's like, this winter was supposed to be the winter that we go. Didn't happen. So we are planning for summer 2026. I know, like, I even miss back home. Like, I was crying about it.
Relax.
No, because I was crying about it today on like last week, because I'm just like, I've been to Serbia how many times, like love it there, love the culture, love the people, and I'm very grateful, but I want to go back home and be around my people who speak my language, and also to have Irina experience that. So that's something that I'm like, I'm gonna start crying if I talk about it, but like that's something that I really want to happen, and we're trying to work all of that out. I will say for me in Serbia, I like going to the piazza, which is the market. Like, I love the city. I think the buildings are beautiful and everything, but it's just too crowded for me. And I want to be around like the locals and stuff like that. I like just like people watching and watching just people like at the piazza, you know, people have coffee. I just love a slower way of life. So the piazza would be my favorite place.
Will you homeschool baby girl? I don't think so.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
No, I think
that's a huge commitment that I don't think that either one of us are like can
maybe high school, yes.
Depending on where. Dan is hoping that she becomes this like professional footballer at the age of like 5 years old. So like, we're gonna see. So maybe in high school she'll be homeschooled because she's gonna be too busy playing for a professional football team. But honestly, I don't want her to be homeschooled, at least not right now. That's not something we really looked into. I think something that I really value, having gone to school in the States and mostly like public schools, is that there is diversity. And we want her to be surrounded by different groups of people, because different groups of people exist in the world. So we want her to have that exposure.
Do you feel like you're fluent in Serbia now? Yes. Me, yes.
I feel like I can.
Are you?
I wouldn't say I'm fluent.
Can you speak Serbian now?
I'm not gonna. You want me to expose my talent? You gotta pay a little something for that. Jean?
Yeah.
You gotta pay a little something.
Ajde, pričaj srpski malo, ajde.
No, guys, I'm shy. I'm shy.
Ajde, šta si radila danas?
Danas, ujutro, ja kuva kafa za Dejan i za mene, i posle sedi u krevet, priča malo, bila sa telefon, i posle Irina ustala, dođe kod nas i jedi doručak malo, i Dejan zaspala pola sata i zbog on je bila umoran. Znaš što je život za muško. Baš teško.
You're good.
So I can have a conversation in Serbian. I can, you know, see, this is what happens every time I speak Serbian. He just gets.
You start melting.
You started melting. You started melting, not me. Over here trying to flirt on camera. Hello? Guys, I added in the red onions. Also, I love cooking with red onions. It just, I can smell the onions. I can taste the onions. They're a lot more flavorful. I don't know, that's just been my vibe. I kind of like the stinkier the better. Is that weird? Okay, after letting the onions simmer a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and add the garlic. And then we're just gonna keep an eye on things. I just like to let them slowly cook.
All right, next question. Wife, you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you feel like your daughter is speaking more Serbian than her other two languages? It's hard to tell. Possibly more Serbian as of right now, but she is picking up English quickly, and I push my wife to talk to her Swahili more. So she's picking up she's picking up Swahili too. Yeah, it's just when I speak to her it's Serbian, when my wife speaks to her it's Swahili. She speaks English when she goes outside, plays with other kids.
I will have to say she's picking up Swahili very well. Like, I speak to her in Swahili. No one has to push me. You tried it. If anything, I'm pushing him because I'm like, you can't know 3 words in Swahili. Like, I need you to pick up the pace.
Dio, asante, apana, subiri.
That was good. That was good.
Chula, chakula.
It's kula chakula.
Kula, I said kula, chakula.
You said chula chakula. Dio! Don't say the other word because the other word's a bad word. And I know you were thinking it. How come we don't see Dan as much in your videos? So I was going through a period where I was just like, I don't want to be a couples channel because it's not a couples channel. And I felt like sometimes people can be really weird with couples online, especially like interracial couples. And I'm like, I'm not here for the fetishizing and like the weirdness and stuff like that. Felt like I didn't want to become like those cringy couples channels, which, like, honestly, that's what works for you. I guess cringe wouldn't be the most appropriate word to say. If that's what works for you and your channel and you're getting in your bag, I respect it. But it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be setting up a prank camera, like my mirrorless big camera at the big age of like 30 something, and like pranking Dan just for views or exploiting my family just for views. And so like I was really struggling with content and the direction to take my channel, but I feel like I was overthinking way too much. Somebody also thought that Dan and I got a divorce. It would be a cold day in the pits. Yeah, someone was like, how come we don't see Dan in your videos that much? Like, are you guys like getting a divorce or whatever? Listen, Godzilla would have to pry me from Dan's hands himself in order for this man to ever, God forbid, leave me. Does that make sense?
What did you just say?
I have no idea. I'm not going anywhere, to my knowledge. Are you going anywhere?
Apana.
I'm not going anywhere. Whoa, hey, hey, cut it out. Cut it out. Oh my God, are we burning the pasta? Hello? How do people do this? Like people who have cooking shows, like, hey, come on. That's my boy. That's my boy. Let's add in the tuna now. I don't understand how Meghan Markle, Martha Stewart, and all these other people who like cook while they talk, like I couldn't be me. Okay guys, you're gonna take 1 can of tuna and you're gonna put it in. Why do I forget that we're cooking and asking questions? Okay, so Dan is gonna add the cream cheese into the mix. Dan is gonna go ahead and take the lead with cooking because I can't cook, talk, film at the same time. It's all too much. Let's get it started in here. The question that I have been asked the most: do you want to have another baby? Do you really not want to have a baby? When is baby number 2 coming? When Dan pays the dowry, are you gonna give him baby number 2? I like the idea of having another kid, but children are not just ideas you conjure up in your head. So for right now, it is a ner. Like 95% of me is like, no way, because I also just got my body back. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, the hips and the booty came as a gift. after having Irina. Baby number 2 is a no.
This year.
It's a no. It's a no. It's a no. I don't care what this man says. Unless somebody wants to retire and be a live-in nanny for us.
Guys, so just watch for those videos when she's pregnant again. And she didn't want a baby, but then somehow, you know, that's the same when people say, I don't want to have a dog or cat, and then they get it. They still don't like that dog or cat first 5 days, and then they can live without that dog and cat. So that's the same.
Not you comparing it to having a dog or a cat. Stop. How long did Dan wait to ask you to be his girlfriend, wife? I heard they take love very seriously in Serbia.
I think I asked you right away.
We dated for like a couple months, and then you proposed, and then 2 months after proposing, we got married. So yeah, like I will say in Serbia, for the most part, from what I've seen and what I've heard, like dating is very serious. I personally like that because I'm not the type of person to date like multiple people at once. I feel like that's a skill that I have not acquired. So Dan's gonna go ahead and add like 2 cups of water. And then if you want, you can go ahead and add white wine to the mix. I like to add a little white wine because it gives it a little bit more of that. You know, what's something you do to keep your marriage alive to prevent drifting apart? Communicating and comprehension. There's no such thing as over communicating. We talk.
Communication, guys. Communication is the key that I didn't have for so many years.
Yeah, Dan never really, in the beginning, he never really talked about like his feelings and frustrations and stuff. And I'm a lot more emotional and expressive, and also just like learning him and him learning me.
I'm more of a guy of actions. So example, it was so hard for me to look in the face and say I love you, but I would do this stuff, you know, that stuff. I would kiss her, I would hug her and stuff like that, you know, and still she wasn't happy. Still she wanted me to say I love you and blah. Okay.
Yeah, because that's my love language.
Yeah, I'm more like of understanding each other through some, how to say it, if I blink, she follows. So she exactly knows what to do. If I leave this here by accident, she picks it up, put it in the fridge, and there's no argument, there's no talk, there's no communication about that, whatever.
And we
next morning she leaves this. I don't call her from upstairs, come here down to see what you did, this and that, blah blah blah. I just pick it up, put it in the fridge, done. Okay? So that took her a while to get to that level.
Yeah, and it took you a while to learn to put stuff away, because that's called a maid, and she's not a maid. I just turned 30, and I feel like I'm re-identifying myself, like rediscovering myself. Do you feel more at peace with yourself as you age?
Yeah.
A man of very few words. What did I tell you? I am also, I don't know if you feel this way, because you've always been sure in who you are. I feel like I've done a lot of evolving. Especially after becoming a mom and like trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. So I definitely feel like I'm re-identifying myself, but I also feel like life has gotten better as I've gotten older. I don't know, I feel like life is good. Like life is
so good.
Don't piss me off.
Life is so good. You just have to breathe it with the open lungs and get the vibe going.
By the way, Dan added all of the seasonings, the salt, the black pepper, the oregano, all of the things in the stew. I know this is a sucky cooking video, but again, you guys came here for the vibes. Someone said, no question, Slim, you're just so beautiful. How does Dan keep his hands off of you? I think that's more of a question for Dan. Yeah, how do you keep your hands off me?
I don't keep my hands off.
Dan, please, let's keep it appropriate. And that wasn't an actual question, I just wanted to. Here she comes. Hello? The pot is right here.
It's okay.
Guys, the way that my freaking camera died. Let's try this again. Mommy. Here's our pasta. Ooh. Dan doesn't want to eat it.
We have fun.
Why are you whispering?
Okay. I got tired.
Dan was waiting for it to cool down because his lips can't handle the heat. Meanwhile, I grew up, if you don't eat your food when it's hot right away, it's like a disgrace. So that's also another difference between us two. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope what I'm editing, it's not a hot mess, but we'll see. Bye! Ooh, 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 ooh. Bro, the knots I have in my back. Get in there. Yoin, 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 that I call my yoin, 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 yoin.
What's that?
Hey, come on, don't throw me around like that, not on camera. So let's get into
Need a space.
We have
The mom is so funny.
I honestly think are you okay? Why are you laughing that hard?
Mom is so funny.
Damn it. Oh my god.